Hello everyone, welcome to the module of Principles and Practices of Management. In this Unit 3 of Module 1, we would be discussing the concept, process of organizing, the principles of organizing, and the different types of authorities, which would be line, staff, and functional. So let us start with organizing. What is basically organizing? Means systematic arrangement of activities. It is a process which is essentially relates to subdividing and grouping of activities. So it is necessary when two or more persons are together to achieve a common objective. If it is a one-man show, then all the activities are performed by the owner himself. But when the owner employs someone, he has to determine the work to be done by that person, given the right of use to material, machinery, and equipment. Organizing basically it's an act of it involves integrating, balancing, and coordinating the activities of people working together for seeking common goals. It is the process which arises to a network of authority responsibility relationship among members of the organization, and this network of authority responsibility relationship is called organization structure. So the various aspects of organization function of management are discussed under two broad heads, that is organizing as a process and organizing as a structure. First, let us see what is the nature of the organization. The nature of the organization says its specialization and division of work, its orientation towards goal, its composition of individual and group, its continuity. So the purpose is to achieve the organization goal, optimum utilization of resources, they perform the managerial functions, facilitate growth and diversity, and human treatment of employees. So basically, the basic process or the steps involved are four steps, that is the identification and division of work. Means the work is related to production, marketing, finance, HR are divided. So each work is quite broad in a large organization, so it is divided into relevant categories and activities. So division of work enhances work efficiency because of specialization is performance or a small number of activities instead of the whole work. Departmentation, it creates different departments and the division and sections by grouping similar activities together. Assigning duties means giving responsibility to various organization positions based on the job specialization for each position is prepared. Creating hierarchy means ranking according to their relative status or authority, and it specifies who will work under whom. It is the chain of superior subordinate relationship in a single chain of command. So let us come to the principles of organization. The principles of organization, the first says it's unity of objective, means the objective of the various levels, divisions, departments, individuals must be clearly defined. There has to be specialization, means employees with specialized knowledge and skills will lead to a higher productivity of the employees. So there has to be a unity of direction, means each group of activities with same objective should have one boss and one plan. Coordination means the coordinating the work of to be performed related activities will give you high efficiency. High efficiency, principle of efficiency emerges when the given level of output is achieved with the minimum possible cost. Principle of authority and responsibility, there has to be a match between the authority and responsibility because its absence will lead to sufferance of the performance. Principle of unity of command means receiving orders from single supervisor or superior and reporting work performance and problems to him only. This brings clarity and responsibility. Principle of communication means the communication flows in our organization through specified channel of communication. Principle of balance means the balance of various aspects of the organization which are relevant for organizing, means balance between the various organizational functions, between the centralization and decentralization, balance between the resource allocation of various organizational units, etc. Flexibility means change in the organization requires because of the change in the environment in which the organization has to operate, so there has to be flexibility. The second last is the principle of span of control, means indicates the number of subordinates which can be put under a supervisor. And principle of simplicity means there should not be numerous levels of management committees, etc. So let's come to the next, that is organizing as a process. Means The concept of organizing as a process means it process of identifying grouping activities to be performed and dividing them into individuals and creating authority responsibility relationship among them for the accomplishment of the organizational objective. The characteristics are: it is the basic function and sub process of management, continuous process. It is a function of all the managers. It involves coordination, there is goal orientation, there are group efforts. It establishes the authority responsibility relationship. The next, the process of organizing as a process, it says identifying an enumeration of activities, dividing of activities, grouping up of activities, assigning of group of activities, then grant necessary rights, coordination, and the functioning of the various departments. Why it is needed? The importance is that it provides a framework of performance management function, facilitates coordination, specialization, higher efficiency is there, it promotes employee development, there is clarity of authority and responsibility, and it facilitates adaptation also. Let's come to the organization as a structure, which says structure means an organization is a structural framework of all the positions in a setup. Each position has a set of tasks, responsibility, and authority, and each task is interrelated, and the collective performance of all the tasks by different position holders enables the actual achievement of the organizational goal. The characteristics is this: it's a structure. Organization as a structure means network of activities, authority, responsibility, relationship, differentiation and integration, and formalization. Importance is it removes the doubts in the authority relationship, it stimulates creativity and initiative, it ensures optimum utilization of resources, reaping benefits of technological improvement, encourages growth of the organization or the enterprise, and it facilitates management change also. Management process. So organizing as a structure, the elements are the work specialization, departmentation, establishing reporting relationship, distributing authority, coordination mechanism, differentiating between the positions. The factors but which affect the organization structure are the strategies, nature of activities, size and life cycles, cultural, technological, environment, and people. Well, there are different types of organization structure. Let's start with the line, where it says line is basically a simple and the oldest method. It is simple form of organization, and there is flow from top to bottom, no specialized and supportive services, independently take decisions, brings efficiency in communication and stability of to a concern. So basically there is no provision for the staff experts here. The order instructions flow from superior directly to his subordinates. So each individual is responsible to one executive only, and there is a vertical flow of authority, and every person in a chain has a direct command. So authority is highest at the top and reduces down the chain. So let us come to the next slide, which says the merits and demerits of the line organization. It says it's simple, unity of command, better discipline, fixed responsibility, flexibility, prompt decisions. But it has demerits, which says over reliance, lack of specialization, inadequate communication, lack of coordination, and authority leadership. Let us come to the line and the staff organization. It says in a larger organization, a few executives cannot perform all the functions themselves, so they need assistance from the specialist or different areas. So this organization has advantage of both line and functional organization. A staff executive is a person whose role is to provide advice, counsel, and expertise to help line operating executives and their units achieve the organization objectives. So basically it is more complex than line, and there is division of work, specialization, then different functional areas are there, and specialists are attached in efficiency through features of specialization, and there are two basically types of authority, which says line and staff. Now it has its own merits and demerits. Before that, I would like to discuss there are types of staff. It could be personal staff, specialist staff, general staff. Personal staff is a staff which is personal secretary. It forms a personal staff to the line managers. They fix routine meetings, open the post, maintain diaries, and accompany the boss to the official visits. Whereas the specialist staffs are the staff which are technically qualified persons to provide technical specialist knowledge like legal advisors, etc. They could be general staff like deputy manager, assistant manager, special assistants, etc. The merits of line and staff is that it gives relief to the line executives, expert advice, benefit of specialization, coordination, better research and development, training, balance, decision, and unity of action. But it leads to demerits. There is lack of understanding between the staff and the line people. There could be lack of sound advice. There could be conflict. It involves cost, assumption of authority. The staff steals the show. Means they think that whatever the achievement is, it is due to their advice only. The next level is the departmental organization or division, which is divided into the functional organization and the committee organization. The functional organization, it says the functional specialists are there. There is executive authority to functional specialists, a large number of subordinates, there is multiplicity of bosses is there. So the principle of unity of command does not apply to such organization as it is in the present in the line organization. The merits and demerits is specialization, effective control, efficiency, economy, expansion are the merits of the functional organization, whereas the demerits are confusion, lack of coordination, difficulty in fixing responsibility, conflict, and costly. The next in the departmental organization is the committee organization. Committee organization are present at every level of the organization. Committee is a group of persons which is constituted to perform functions assigned to it. There may be two types of committees, like standing committee or ad hoc committee. Standing committee is basically it's for a longer period of time, like finance committee or the purchase committee, etc. But ad hoc committee is for a specified period of time, like a committee which is constituted to suggest disciplinary action against an employee committing something wrong. So it has its own advantage also. Committees, it gives a pooling of knowledge, expertise, facilitates coordination, representation of interest groups. If the fear of too much of authority in a single hand is deleted, then there is a transmission and sharing of information. There is motivation through participation. It's a tool of management development, and there is avoidance of actions also. But the demerits of committee is that it is very highly costly. There is indecision. The decision could be slow also, and it could avoid responsibility, and there could be misuse of committee also. That's all in this slide. Thank you so much.